Volume 2.
Volume 2. This is still Volume 1, isn't it?
No, we're breaking up into trades, Scott.
Oh, trades.
It's Volume
okay.
2 of the trades.
And so this was like 5 through 8, right?
Issues 5 through 8.
And so is the next one 9 through 13?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then at that point, each hardcover is 2 trades. So
okay.
we'll do like 6 or something.
Well, I just noticed that this went through 13. I was expecting it to go through 12, and I was like, what the hell then? You know, we did 4, and are we doing 5 then, I guess?
Yeah, we're going to do 5. Are you going to be okay with that?
Oh, yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
It reads so damn fast.
It is a fast read.
It's kind of cool.
So we got
Have you noticed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, and I probably should talk about this in the next time, but so far, out of these 8 issues that we've read, there's action, there's things this, but the ultra violence is not there yet. You get the occasional little bit of blood, you know, creeping out here or there, but you haven't had a case of just outward.
Well, in issue 8 you do.
Heads flying, whatever the heck else.
Well, there are a lot of heads flying in issue 8.
Is 8 where it starts? Okay, because that's where he killed everybody. Yeah,
Omni-Man's taking
Omni-Man's
out.
7, right? Because it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah, it might be 7.
It is 7.
Right, it is 7.
So 7 is where it happens.
Yeah.
7 is where you start to get this feel of...
This is not your normal superhero.
This may not be my normal superhero type book, because he's got this freaking Justice League that suddenly just got splattered, you know, type things. And it's like they're just kind of... It's still not as ultra violent as we're going to get, you know, later on. But it's like, oh, here, we're going to give you a taste of where we think this thing can go. And I'm going to see how, you know, what my artist can do, you know, with really trying to show some blood, you know, and whatever else. But you are right. Yeah, 7 is where we finally start that. And up to that point before that, it was like, oh, wow, this is kind of just this cool, everyday kind of happy, you know, type of thing.
Just superhero. He's
superhero.
High school. He's
that's right.
Age.
My friendly
Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
That's right. My friendly
Spider-Man.
neighborhood Invincible, you know, type things. And then all of a sudden we get fish heads being smashed and people's immortals' heads getting chopped off and people getting punched to the gut and freaking Superman standing there with blood all over his freaking hands, you know, going, what have I done? No, not exactly.
2 things.
I had never liked you anyway.
2 things.
2 things. So, speaking of Watchmen and Alan Moore, there's a whole Rorschach thing going on in this. Like, it is Rorschach.
Yeah, he's doing a Rorschach parody.
And then the second thing...
The investigator that's looking into the murders of the
I'm
Guardians
surprised
of the
he didn't
World.
ask him for, like, beats or something.
It's interesting, too, because we haven't seen Cecil yet either at this point, right?
You said that last time, too.
Yeah, you said that last time.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did.
And we still haven't seen it.
And we still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% right.
And the other thing, how does that trash bag fly for, like, 7 issues?
He threw it really far.
He threw it really
threw
far.
it to France.
He threw it like to cross multiple time zones here, man.
I know, but they're playing ball.
When does the trash...
They're
bag-
playing
play ball where he's throwing
and
it.
they're playing catch,
Yeah.
and I mean, it happens
Well, that's
in, like,
because
2
they
panels.
were throwing that faster.
This is like...
He just kind of
months.
tossed this one up, in which it was just going there, but it was only going about 20 miles an hour. And
Go
just
with the
going
joke,
forever.
Don. I don't know.
Dude, it really threw me because I was like, what is going on?
What issue did the trash...
Where did this trash come from?
Well, I didn't even know what it was, right? It's just like a guy in France, and then this thing lands, and
only
it's like
one
trash.
page.
Right, it's
Right
one
there.
page.
Is it? Nope. Okay, that was that.
And it's like trash, and I'm like,
scared
what
me.
does this have to do with anything? And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, didn't he, when he quit his job, he like threw the trash in the air? And so then I had to like go back and figure out where it was, and it was like in issue number 1.
Well, it could be a flashback.
When he threw that.
When he threw
It could
that,
be a flashback. You don't know.
It could be just. I mean, overall, it probably happened.
And there
way
is a little bit of
earlier.
flashback
like,
in
so-
number
That
1.
is a long time to wait for that joke, dude.
It is,
That
but
is a
Kirkman likes
long
doing that crap.
time.
But he should have put one of those things like, you know, like go see chapter issue 1. You
Because
know,
it
or
wasn't
whatever.
even really
I know.
like
It doesn't
I'm
really
like-
reference anything.
I'm like looking at that panel, that page, going, what is this?
What is going on here?
What's going on? And then I'm like, oh.
I just read it and ignored it. And
He just didn't even realize
I
what it was.
I just-
you
They're
missed
just like,
it.
oh.
I just zoomed right past
You
it.
missed-
Yeah, no.
you missed
I
the
made
whole
him
trash.
stop it. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
I think I just went with that and it didn't make any sense. It was
That's
a non
crazy.
sequitur, so I just moved on.
Right. Well,
That's how
yeah.
my brain works.
Yeah.
If something doesn't make sense, I just like...
You just go on. I roll with it.
I
Yeah,
just roll
okay.
with it. I don't know. Whatever.
That's
okay,
cool.
so we've got the Rorschach out of the way. We've
What
got the
issue
trash
was that?
out of the way.
Was that 6 or something?
Issues, I think.
6, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
We got the weird metal men or skeleton men that are coming out of wherever and killing themselves, and
skeleton.
or I don't know what the hell you want to call that. They're right there type thing. Flip. I think it was the cover there. Keep going back. This guy.
Oh, these guys, yeah.
Yeah, skeleton metal men. I don't know.
The metal men with the little red dot.
Red dot.
Red thing on their head.
But
They don't
they're
do
just
much with them.
their face.
I think they
yeah,
come
he
back
just goes
later.
up there. Oh yeah, they definitely do because I mean, freaking, I think Cecil builds a freaking army of them, doesn't he, or something at some point in time?
So I know my hardcover is wrong. It says Corey Walker did 1 to 7. Ryan Otley did 7. No, Ryan Otley did 8 to 13. Yours is right, but it threw me off. Yeah, but it threw me off because in 7 they keep having these weird different art styles for each character.
Right.
And I'm like, is Corey Otley like doing different art styles? That's pretty impressive. But then if you go back to the beginning,
did you like
Corey
blend
Walker,
those?
sorry,
Corey
Walker. But no, they actually list like who did the art for each sequence.
And what's really weird,
and one of them is Matt Roberts, who I believe is the same guy who
Was
did
some of it Eric Larson or whatever? I don't know.
That one series, the one with Lewis and Clark.
Manifest Destiny.
Manifest Destiny. I think he's the artist for Manifest.
So
Destiny.
what was really weird was it's so much Eric Larson that I thought it was Eric Larson,
But he just inked it.
He just inked it.
Is that what it was?
He must
'Cause
have really.
That Mark
I
England
looked
guy.
at some of that and I was like, holy crap,
Oh
that
yeah,
looks
I'm
like
like
Larson.
immediately. I'm like, this is Eric Larson,
Mhm.
and I went back and looked, and it's like, oh no, it's
It's Eric Larson inks.
right,
It
but
doesn't really look like Eric Larson.
it looks
1,000%. I think in that
Eric
page
Larson.
there, a little bit, and that other
Looks
one
like
where
Eric
she's
Larson.
Oh my god.
okay, whatever you
At
said.
no point did I think it was Eric Larson.
I love
What?
the Green Lantern or Green Rock
How
guy.
do you not get
Yeah, it's
Eric
kinda
Larson
weird.
out of that?
I gotta barf my rock up,
Yeah.
or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah, he kind of made these JLA people.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
That's
And
okay.
he
They're all
killed
gonna
them
die
all.
anyway.
There he did.
It's too bad we only got like one page of it.
That is true.
Only one page.
Like he's the most intriguing out of all of them.
You don't think the Barf and the Rock is that good?
What's interesting is, have you watched the show at all?
The first season.
Did you watch the first? Okay, so do you remember the end of the very first episode?
Yeah, it's when he kills the Guardians of
That's when he kills
Yeah.
them, and that is like one of the most violent
Oh,
freaking parts of that entire, type of thing. And that's nowhere near what I mean.
Right.
It doesn't. Obviously, there's a case in which they, Kirkman just takes it and goes, "Yeah, but I remember how violent Invincible ends up getting. We're going to start that right off, right away at the very beginning." And
Right. You got to give
he
people
just-
what they want, man.
oh God, he just.
Did yours have a dust jacket?
It does. I don't carry my book around with it
So
then
under
it
the
gets-
dust jacket is not a black
because then it
cover?
gets dinged up. What printing is your?
Second, talk about that
I'm
one.
Your
Eight.
printing looks better. It looks so much cooler than
It's more
Drew's.
squarish.
I know. Drew's just looks boring and whatever else. I think I'd much rather have the 8th printing versus the 2nd.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you like this though so far, right? Still and
we're
things.
still- this was great.
Type things. Do you think that he was letting the cat out of the bag too early in issue 7 to find out that Superman is the kind of the bad guy?
No, I think that's perfect. You give him a little taste. You don't quite know what's going on, why he's killing him. Like
Right.
maybe he's still good. Maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy are bad. Who knows?
Right.
You don't know. So.
You don't know.
Well, didn't he say at one time that he had to, because sales were struggling a bit, that he kind of had to speed up his timeline for
Oh, I
him
don't know. Maybe.
to do that?
I have no idea.
I mean, it's kind of amazing that this book survived, but I don't know what's.
Yeah.
They're probably good sales for.
Could
Hard
be.
to say.